All right, sweet. We're live.
If we're live, are we live? Let me check.
Check in the background. All right, one day till match week starts. Let's pull up my squad real quick. Eric Castillo, what's up? And Mr. Enigma. All right, chat's ready to go down. The camera is definitely off. It's not this one, is it? Trying to make sure I've got everything set up, working on. All right, so here's my squad. I still haven't made a -4 yet. Probably the biggest, most challenging thing I've ever done. Especially considering, yep, I'm on the wrong camera. One sec as I figure this out. I want this one. This one. Is that one working? Sorry, I'm still trying to figure these things out, man. I gotta work on this. But yeah, drop Sun for Barnes for -4. Sorry for the background. I'm still trying to work it out. Bear with me for a second. Took Sun for Barnes for -4. Yeah, that's tough, man. That yeah. Sorry, I'm still Hopefully this one works. Sorry, it might bug your eyes for a little minute. If it works, it'd be dope. If not, we'll just live with it. Still not. There we go. Finally fixed it. Finally fixed it. Sorry about that. Bit of technical difficulties. I'm still trying to get used to this whole YouTube thing. Alright, now we're good. Sweet. I have not made any transfers yet. I'm still working with the -4, or without a -4 right now. Which is the craziest thing I've ever done. Inception level stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the software that I'm using, OBS, is really trippy like that. I'm still trying to figure it all out, but as of right now, that's what we got. Yeah, here we go. I have not. So like I said, I haven't made any transfers yet. It's been super tempting, especially considering that Pulisic is now healthy, and I know he'll probably start on the bench, and I shouldn't bring him in just yet, but I want him in my squad. And let me fix the zoom. Yeah, I want to bring in Pulisic bad. I just don't know where exactly I'm going to go right now. That's my biggest thing. For everyone who transfers Sun out, Jose Mourinho's really messing with us, isn't he? He said Sun was going to be out for quite some time, and then he said Sun might play, but he's probably not going to play. I don't know what's happening there. Yeah, I got some crazy special effects going on right now. Yeah, working for it right now. Yeah, I don't know exactly where. So here's my squad for this week. I'm going to start with that. Having Brewster in my squad already is helpful. You know, Vinagre's leaving? Man, see, waking up in California is rough because I haven't. I go to bed at like 11 o'clock. I wake up at, I don't know, 8 or so, and there's like 9 hours of football news that I miss. And I didn't see that Vinagre was leaving. Where's he going to go to? Is he going to stay in the Prem, or is he out to like Liga NOS or something like that? Oh man, if that's the case, Vinagre was probably my worst decision so far to enter the season. Man, he might leave. Oh, if he leaves, then he doesn't play. I'll put in Saka and hope that he plays, and just pray that he plays. California love, yeah. Shout Pocket, shout Kendrick Lamar one time. But man, that would be rough. I want to pull up the news right now, but I don't want to Christopher Nolan's it again. There we go. Now I'm getting it. I'm working on it. Yeah, Pulisic, I'm not going to bring him in yet, but it's definitely somebody that if he comes on and plays a decent amount of minutes this week and then after the international break, he is someone that I'm for sure going to target. That'll give him 2 extra weeks to recover, and he got some playing time already behind him. Man, I want Pulisic in. The question is just, how do I get him? I could drop. No, if Vinagre leaves, I can't drop Saka. I might wild card if that's the case. Yeah, I could bring in Mitchell. This camera's still acting up a little bit. Hopefully that works. I could bring in Mitchell, Olympiacos. Be a good spot for him. I could bring in Mitchell for Vinagre, save 0.3 because I think Vinagre dropped. Let's just work this out real quick. Yeah, Vinagre would have to go. Oh, that's rough. I would say 0.3, and then it would give me 0.8 in the bank. How do I feel about captaincy? Here's my thing. I spent a lot of research on it this week, thinking that question was going to come up. I don't want to show my points from last week. Thinking that was going to come up. That's not the screen I want. There it is. So, that's not it either. So here's Mo Salah. Last year. And I'm basing this strictly off of history, from what I saw from last year. Now, I could go Lamptey. Lamptey, I love Lamptey. Now, Salah last year in his away matches, so all of these games, he scored 4 goals. 4 goals. He got a good amount of assists, though. I'll give him that. On away games, he got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 assists, 4 goals. Home matches, you can see clearly a different story. He scored, 15 goals at home last season? So he's more likely to get an assist away than he is at home. And as far as KDB, the reason I chose him is if you look after every single... I'm using FB Ref for those who are curious. You want to be able to see this. I don't know why I'm showing you this. But KDB, when he plays in a match for City, the game after they lose, he scored like 7 goals and 5 assists in 5 games. So that right there just gives me everything I need to put the captaincy armband on KDB. That website is fbref.com. I'm pretty sure. Let me double check. It gives you... Oh, that's not it. Yeah, fbref.com. So if you're interested, you can look at players. It'll give you their expected goals. It gives you everything you want. Expected goals, shots per 90, expected goals per 90. So, solid website. Shout out them if they ever watch this podcast. Yeah, so that's why I'm going KDB. I think just history says after City loses, KDB just goes off. So that's my main reason of going there. But I'm not... And to be honest, Aston Villa look pretty good so far this season. I think they've... If we want to dive deeper into stats real quick, if you guys don't mind, let's pull this. Let's see if I can do it real quick. We're looking at... I don't like using expected goals as my decision, but when I have to choose between Salah and KDB, something's got to give. So expected goals allowed, Aston Villa are top of the table. Now, yes, they only played 2 matches, but still, that would put them around, 6th, 7th place if they played an extra one. So, Aston Villa are pretty good defensively. They're better than what we give them credit for. And Leeds, as you can see, are dang near the bottom at 6.7. So as far as expected goals, if you're into that, I think Leeds is a better opportunity for KDB to score, and that's why I'm going with him. Oh yeah, if Salah wasn't on pens, I would easily have Mane, no question. Mane is the most underrated player. Maybe, okay, no, he's not the most underrated player, but he doesn't get talked about enough for how great he is. I thought that he was... I'm always trying to fix this. It's going to bug me if I don't have it right. Yeah, if Mane was 0.5 less than Salah like he was last season, he was in my squad, no question. I think Mane is... I want him to come to Barcelona so bad, man. I think he is phenomenal. He is a phenomenal player. He is getting in so many good attacking positions. I don't know why we don't talk about him enough. But I guess that's when you price him as the same as Salah and more than KDB, so... Let's see. Hello, this is my first time playing FPL, and I have a question. I know that every week I get 1 free transfer, and if I decide to make a second one, I lose 4 points. Do I get them back for next week? You do not get the points back for next week. The -4 happens to your score this week. Anytime you take an extra transfer than the free transfer you have, you get a -4. If you can save one free transfer each week, but you can only add it up to 2 free transfers, so you can never have more than 2 frees. But next week, obviously, you will get your free transfer back. So -4s, if you're new to this channel, is something that I'm very accustomed to taking. But a lot of people say don't do it, and I probably have to agree with them. But yeah, so you'll Wi-Fi in here. Oh boy. Let me check that real quick. If you're with me, stay with me for 1 second. Wi-Fi issues. It's tough to get Wi-Fi here in the garage. Let's see, hopefully it's back. Sweet, we got it back. Woo! Favorite Kendrick album. All right, we're already getting to the hip hop part of the section. My favorite Kendrick Lamar album, without a question, is... Oh, no, I shouldn't say without a question. Good Kid, Mad City. I know To Pimp a Butterfly is awesome, and I know the poetry behind it is beautiful, but I can't... I mean, I think Good Kid, Mad City just holds some nostalgia to me. I mean, he got so many good... He's got so many good songs. Even Section 80, I think, deserves a shout. But for me, it's Good Kid, Mad City. I mean, the first time I heard that, I fell in love with Kendrick Lamar. I almost put him on the channel art for this live stream. Yeah, no question. I think a lot of people say To Pimp a Butterfly, and I can't argue against that. But Good Kid, Mad City, Money Trees, phenomenal song. J-Rock, underrated, by the way. Yeah. My favorite. What's your guys' favorite? Anybody else listen to K-Dot? But yeah, if we look at Salah real quick, after this, man, I'm giving him the armband so much. Speaking of Money Trees, all he's getting is Money Trees. Great stat on leads. Here's 2 more. Okay, so great stat from Eric Castillo real quick. If you're in the comment section. Leeds are second to last on big chances conceded and goal attempts in the box conceded only behind West Brom. Wow. Maybe they should be somebody that we look at more often. If you have Sterling, I think Sterling is a great shot for captaincy pick this week. If you're looking for, I don't even want to call it a differential because he's still a premium asset, but a differential too. And Sterling had what? 8 shots in the cup match last week or 2 days ago. But of course, the question is Pep Roulette. It's always a scary thing. I would definitely think with that stat that Eric Castillo just threw up, shots in the box. I think Sterling could get a brace this weekend. I wouldn't be surprised. I totally agree with you. Such a complete album, consistent sound throughout. Yeah, Good Kid, Mad City. What a great concept album. I mean, talking about how tough it is for somebody growing up in the hood to not be a victim of the madness that goes on. Beautiful, love it. I prefer Good Kid to big fan. Have to captain KDB. Yeah, I put the captaincy on KDB on Monday, and I don't think I'm gonna change it. He's not going anywhere. He's too phenomenal, man. He's the king, best midfielder since Carly Lloyd. Is Bruno Fernandez worth it? Here's the thing with Bruno Fernandez. Bruno Fernandez, in my opinion, he could have a horrible game. I don't want to say he had a horrible game last match, but he wasn't the Bruno that we saw last week, and he still ended up with 12 points. He's still going to be on every set piece. He's still going to be on corners. He's most likely going to be on all the pens, unless he gives some to Rashford, of course. So he's going to be on pens. He's going to be consistently delivering the ball. He's their focal point. He's what their offense moves around. So he can have a bad game and still end up with 10 points. And at 10.5, it's hard to find anyone better at that price range. Yeah, Harry Kane's great, but I don't know. I like Bruno in FPL. If FPL Ibracadabra is here, he could let you know how much he likes Bruno. I'll see if I can get him on the stream so he can talk about it real quick. Jimenez captain. Ooh, that's tough. I thought about that too. He's going up against Fulham at home. This Wolves squad needs to rebound after that abysmal match on Sunday. And I always like when, I hate to say it, but I like when squads have that chance to bounce back. Those teams that push for Champions League to see what test their mental real quick. Jimenez could easily be a great captaincy shot this week. The only problem I have is this year I'm trying a new philosophy where I only want to captain my premium players, but that's just my philosophy. It's something that I saw circling around somebody that had a great score last year. That's something that he talked about, so I'm trying it this year, but I would not be against captaining Jimenez against Fulham. 1 goal, he gets 3 bonus points most likely, and he's a great differential for captaincy pick. You get all the matches in Cali. So last season I would get whatever match they decided to show. Let me start by saying this. The early morning game on Saturday is about 4 o'clock in the morning in California time. So right now, I have to use Peacock to stream it, and they won't let you record it. So if I don't wake up at 4, I can't watch that early morning Saturday game. So I'm probably gonna miss the early morning Saturday game, which is Chelsea Crystal Palace, of course. Don't get a chance to see Werner, who's on the ropes. So, and Pulisic, my boy. So I don't get to watch that most likely. Then last season, when they had the normal schedule where they had like 6 games go at a time, I could only watch the game they showed me. So it could be there could be a City game on, a United game on, and I could be watching Burnley versus Norwich. So I'm almost just stuck with whatever they show me. And of course, time zone does not make it easy to watch. Love Bruno as a player. Oh, here we go. Ask Eric Castillo. Eric Castillo is a United fan himself. He'll give you a better synopsis than I can. Eric Castillo said, love Bruno as a player, but at 10.5 million price point FPL, you're just 1 million away from Sterling and 1.5 from Mane. Both alternatives are dominant inside the box. I can't argue that. If you could find 1 million extra, I hear you. But the huge difference there is Bruno being on penalties. In my opinion, Bruno being on penalties and 21 penalties already being given, and United getting 17 penalties last season, something like that. But that's just my. But yeah, I mean, great analysis. I love Sterling and Mane. I love Mane. I think he's one of the best players in the world. I think he's top 5, no question. I have a feeling that Jimenez will get his first Premier League hat trick. As someone who just took out Martial for Jimenez, I gladly approve that message. I would be pumped. I did that one website that shows you what your ranking and how many points you would score if you never made a transfer would be. And I ended up yeah, great point for the stream, Sean. Great for my credibility. I have lost 31 points from making transfer this season. So if Jimenez could get me a hat trick, I would be pumped. I'd be over the moon. Please put that into universe. Speak it into existence. I would love, yeah. I would. Oh, that'd be the best. Is Ings essential? I don't know if anyone is essential. I think Ings is a great pick. I think he's phenomenal, but essential is a tough word for me. But 8.5, even last year when he was 6 million and he was scoring 22 goals, 21 goals, whatever it was, I think that he was still borderline. I just don't like using the essential. But that's just my opinion. The camera turned off. Gotta reset my camera every 15 or so minutes. Let's see. But yeah, I love Ings. I think he's phenomenal. He's clinical in front of goal. He's going to score another 15 plus goals this season. He's only 8.4. I don't know if he's risen in price yet. I'll check that out right now. Let me see. Yeah, he's only 8.4 right now. That could be a great. I mean, look at that. 22 goals last season. This run of fixtures. He's got West Brom at home, and he's a great captaincy option this week. His phone went off. Everton, Aston Villa, Newcastle. So good schedule coming up. 8.4. I'm not against that at all. I'm in my first week. I've got the whole squad ready apart from one decision. TAA and Burke on the bench, or Robbo and Susik on the bench. What do you guys think? Should he go TAA and Burke or Robbo and Susik? My opinion, I love TAA. He's not going anywhere in my squad. Alexander-Arnold is phenomenal. But Robbo looks good. I mean, now that he's on corners now too. He is getting so many touches in the box. I think I, including myself, should stop sleeping on Robbo. You could even go Robbo and Burke, and I wouldn't be against that, and save that 0.5 mil for next week and use it for a transfer. That. I don't know if that's the way I would go, but if I was wildcarding, I would definitely look at switching out Trent for Robbo. How do I feel about Werner? Lost faith in him and brought in Richarlison. Isn't Richarlison hurt, Eric? I think he's hurt. I'd have to double check that. I didn't see any press conferences this morning, obviously being asleep and setting up the stream. But I don't want to say I lost faith in Werner because he's new to the. But I'm definitely, if I wild card after the international break, which I'm debating doing, he's not going to be in my squad. I'm switching him out for Pulisic. I'm switching him out for Pulisic and seeing what I can do with the funds. Werner is somebody that I'm just on a hope and a prayer. It's a Saturday morning game. He's not on form. I am very nervous, and my internet just went down again, didn't it? No, it didn't. Sweet. Whew. Get a little nervous. But yeah, I'm super nervous with my internet in here. Robbo and Susek. Yeah, everyone's saying Robbo and Susek. But yeah, I would check Richarlison and see what he's doing, or see if he's hurt first. But yeah, I'm super nervous about Werner. Saturday morning game. He's not on form. Everything about it's just screaming, take me out of the team. But I had to make a choice between him and Martial. I didn't want to take a -4, so I took out Martial because at least Werner's getting some shots off. Ings may be in for a big haul this weekend. I agree. Speak on Pereira. Yeah, man. If FPL graduates are here, we were talking about it. Another YouTube content. They were talking about Matheus Pereira, and they loved him. They before the season started, they were talking about how great he is. And look at that. I mean, he's averaging. Let me use a different website real quick. He's averaging, 12, 17 points, 17 divided by 3. He's averaging, 6 points per match right now. Let me, this one's, the website I'm going to use now is Fantasy Football Fixed. And I have to put in my password, so I don't want to do that. Never mind. I'm not going to do that on a live stream. I saw what happened to Let's Talk FPL last season. Shout out Let's Talk FPL real quick. But yeah, Pereira, I think he's a great buy. $6 million. Oh, just kicked something and probably made some noise on the microphone. $6 million. I agree. There's not much better you could do at that price than $6 million. And let's just say that West Brom as well have the best uniforms in the Prem. I don't even think it's close. They look so icy against Chelsea. Why did I type in West Brom? Going back to Pereira. Let's see. I wish it showed how many shots. Yeah, if I had my other website up real quick, I would show you, but I don't want to throw in my password right now. Let's see. Ankle sprain, but last match fitness test for Charles. 75% chance to play. Ooh. All right, that's worth the gamble. Richarlison. I'll do some more research on Pereira for my stream. I might do it again Sunday, but I like Pereira a lot. I think he's a good. When I watch him play, he is definitely the one to buy from West Brom. Let's see. Ankle sprain, yeah, 75% chance to play. That's not bad. Worth the gamble. Mopay and Robertson or Ings and Seiss? Ooh. See, the funny thing is I don't necessarily like Mopay's game as far as in the football sense, but he's on penalties and he's off to a hot start right now. Let me see. 26 points through 3 matches. Oh my days. Yeah, Mopay is an interesting one. Mopay and Robertson, Ings and Seiss. If it were me, I'd probably go Ings and Seiss. Probably, but I would need to do a little bit more research than that. I probably would need to do a little more research before I feel truly comfortable commenting on that. But that's where I would lean to right now. Who should I captain? Ings, Jimenez, KDB, Salah. I'm going KDB. I think that all those options are great. I think they all have a phenomenal chance at scoring this weekend. At the beginning of the stream, I talked about it how KDB when he played last season and City lost, the next match he's averaging he had 7 goals and 5 assists in 5 matches, something crazy like that. So he's a bounce back kind of player. That's why I have it on him. And Leeds have the second most expected goals against. According to Eric Castillo, they have the most shots in the box. So I think that for me, KDB is a no-brainer. Or maybe not a no-brainer, but he's where I would lean to. But again, all those options are great. We can make a great argument for captaining any of those players. Let's see, why Brewster? I picked Brewster because at the beginning of the season, I heard that there were rumors that he would go to Sheffield United, and I put him in there kind of hoping that before the transfer window he would get transferred, and he did this morning. So now he's officially on Sheffield. He's £4.5 million forward. I don't know if he's going to start right away. I was talking to some Blades fans on Twitter, and they're saying he's going to have to earn his spot, but Sheffield haven't scored a goal yet this season, so I can't see why they wouldn't pay, $30 million or something like that for him and not give him great opportunities to start. Then at $4.5 million, I can't go against that at all. And that's why I picked it, for a little bit of bench depth, and now I don't have to waste a transfer bringing him in. But it definitely hurt me game week 1. Martinez, Castagna, James, not Helmus. Martinez, Castagna, real G's move in silence like Castagna. James, Robbo, Barnes, KDB, Salah, Podence, Ings, Jimenez, DCL, bench, Mitchell, Dunn, Suse. Any improvements? I love it. I think that is a phenomenal squad. I don't see a weak link in there. Martinez, best 4.5. I know he's 4.6 now. Castagna is madly underrated, consistently performing. Reece James, phenomenal. I don't see any weakness. Even Podence is great. I don't see any weakness there, Lucas Cox. I would just roll my transfer if I were you. Big fan of Harvey Barnes. Get a goal this weekend, bro. Yeah, great value. Let me see what Pereira's fixtures are coming up real quick. Oh, yeah, money trees. Great fixtures, too, coming up. $6 million, great option, Pereira. Ings, Jimenez, KDB, Salah. Yeah, I think I talked about that, yeah. I can go into a little more depth in that in a little bit if you want, Ryan. I'll pull up the other website. I'll block my password and stuff. West Brom of Southampton. Yeah, phenomenal. Wilmo play score. It's hard for me to... We saw last week that FPL is just the hardest thing to predict, man. What team value do you have? I think I'm at like 100.2, something like that. 100.3 maybe. I had made some transfers at the beginning of the season that were just horrible, and I'm really struggling for money right now, but is what it is. Mario Kart, start from the back and end up in first place. You know what I mean? Yeah, Eric Castillo answered your question there, Ryan. I like his answer. Let's see. Who is my captain? Yeah, I'm Captain KDB. I'll go back to my squad real quick. I'm captaining KDB. I think that he is just a no-brainer. Maybe not a no-brainer this week, but I think he has the best opportunity to haul. And I like to play the odds be in my favor. Should I keep my double-up Wolves defense or Cody and Sice? Sorry. I would say stick it out for a little longer. They still have... I know they gave up, 4 to West Ham? Let me see. They gave up 4 to West Ham. But I would wait it out. I mean, you got... Oh, camera went out again. Yeah. You got Fulham right now. That's if you're going to get a clean sheet any week, that's got to be it. You got Leeds after that. Leeds do score, so that may be a little concerning. But Newcastle, Crystal Palace. I would say come game week 7, maybe, to drop them. But for now, I would hold on to them if I were you. Hold the transfer. Keep up on my squad real quick. That'd be my opinion. McCarthy, Alexander-Arnold, Justin Mitchell, KDB, Salah, Son, Stewart. It's a great squad. Big fan. James Justin would be the only concern for when Ricardo Pereira comes back. But everyone, and Son, of course, if Son's going to play or not this weekend. Do you have any bench depth? If you have bench depth, I think, or if you have anyone that'll come off the bench for Son if he doesn't play, I think that's great. If not, Son should be back after the... From what I'm hearing, at least, Son should be back after international break, so... I like that squad a lot. I would just keep an eye out for Ricardo Pereira coming back from injury. Who do I support? I support the Tottenham Women's Club. Shout out Alex Morgan. I don't have a club. I'm ready for a commitment. I'm ready to make a lifelong commitment here to a squad. But it's hard for me to pick if I've never been to a match. You know, I've been in England. I've lived in England for a little while, but I never really got out to any big matches. I was broke back then. All my money went to paying that outrageous rent, so I never got a chance to go to a match. But if I don't know, I really want to pick a squad. It's just hard for me to do so living in California. When COVID's over in 2025, I'm gonna try to get out to a match and see if I can pick a squad from there. But yeah, it's hard for me to pick a squad right now. If you have, well, yeah. Trade Son for Barnes, save $2 million. I love Harvey Barnes, man. Let's see. We'll do. Oh, what's up, FPL Ibracadabra? I was just shouting you out, man. Somebody was asking about. You broke the stream. Uh-oh. Somebody was talking about Bruno Fernandez, and I thought FPL Ibracadabra could help him out a little bit. Shout out FPL Ibracadabra, another FPL YouTube content. Check him out. Good stuff, man. Like his quality. Also, we had a video together, but that's here or there. My team dropping Son is going to allow me to double up on Liverpool defense. Yeah, I'm super into that double Liverpool defense. A lot of people are talking about it on Twitter. And I think going with Robbo and Trent itself is something that, if I wildcard after the international break, doubling up on that Liverpool defense looks good. Those two are going to score probably 200 points again this season. So, that's my opinion. My team drops, yeah. I transfer Ings in for Werner, save $1 million. Yeah, that's something that I'm definitely considering. I've already taken 2 -4s this season. 2, or is it 3? Yeah, 2. I can't take another one, but come Saturday, if Werner doesn't look good again, I'm dropping him and putting in Ings. I don't think it's not gonna take me long at all. Well, unless I wildcard, of course, but Werner for me is on his way out. Let's do that. Fix the stream up a little bit. Settle down, Playa. Y'all see that Bad Bunny commercial? I double up on Rubble. McCarthy, Trent Alexander-Arnold, James. I always keep trying to say Hamas, but Saiz, KDB, Bruno, Kane, DCL, Jimenez, bench. Oh man, I'm thinking of switching Kane to Ings, Bruno to Sterling, and Reed to Mahrez, triple city for -8. A -8. Now we're talking. Yeah. Welcome. I love the adrenaline rush of the -4s, -8s. I haven't taken a -8 this season. I'm a little jealous. But switching Reed to Mahrez is awesome. But Kane's on great form. It would be hard for me to give him up right now. He's not only is he getting chances to score, but he's trying to beat KDB out for best assister in the league. So that'd be a harder one for me to do for a -8, but I could see why you would, especially considering City play Leeds, and I think Sterling is a great option this week. Where did I live in England? So I lived in 2 cities in England. I lived in Streatham for a while, or Clapham Common area, right around Brixton. Shout out if anyone's from Brixton. Big love for that city. And then I lived out in a little town in North Devon. I wanted to experience London, and I wanted to experience the countryside of things. I went to the West Coast. Always been a West Coast guy. Shout out Snoop. And checked out the beaches there in Cornwall and North Devon. So I'm a big Biddeford FC fan, which is a non-league squad. My team: McCarthy, Trent, Reece James, Cody, Salah, KDB, Podence, Foden, DCL, Ings, Jimenez. Your thoughts on my squad? You got Soyuncu on the bench. All right. Foden for me is the biggest question mark right now. He's not getting. Is he going to get more playing time? He's getting a lot right now. Is he going to get a rest here soon? But you got bench there to be fine for that. He hasn't looked good these last couple matches either. Is he going to lose his role? But other than that, I think you have a great squad. I think Podence is a great pick. He's averaging was it 0.6 expected goals per 90 last season in limited time. But yeah, 2025. Yeah, I hope not. What was I studying? No, I wasn't studying. I was super young. And I was just tired of. I wanted to explore the world, and then I went to England and I realized I'm broke and I can't afford it anymore and moved back home and went to college. So I'm still planning on. I would love to move back to England again. I loved it there. We'll see what happens in the future. Those two are central midfielders better than. Let's see, Will Dory, was he talking about Barnes and James? I hope he is, because that guy is phenomenal to me. Harvey Barnes, put it in this work, baby. Put it in this week. How do we boost the popularity of this channel? I don't know, man. Like my videos. Stay. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm just enjoying being on this channel. The streams to me, like I said on Sunday, streams to me are the most fun part. But I don't know how to boost popularity of this channel. I just like having these streams, man. But yeah, like the videos, comment, those things always help. Best time to use a wild card. I don't know if there is a right time or wrong time to use it. Last year, the #1 FPL player in the world, he played at game week 2, and it worked out perfect for him. Some people have a good squad in game week 2 or 3, and they can kind of afford to use it later, especially come the blank game weeks and double game weeks right before that time. But in my opinion, some people like to use it for chasing price value right off the beginning. In my opinion, it's still hard for me because I'm still in my sophomore season, so it's hard for me to say exactly. I'm still trying to figure these things out. Again, if you're new to this channel, I'm still trying to figure out FPL. I'm not a genius. There are many geniuses out there. I just like to have fun with FPL, make people laugh, talk about hip hop and Alex Morgan and Rihanna. So, but in my opinion, you got to use that judgment call yourself. If you're looking at your squad and say, hey, there are 3 or 4 guys that aren't getting any playing time, and they're all going to drop in price, I need to switch them out. DCL looks good. Go ahead and use it and switch it out. But for me, I like to use it game week. I would say like right around now, because now you have enough information to really see who's playing well and who's for real, and not get caught up on the hype of early season success. Let's see. KRSNA. Yeah, I did look up KRSNA. I listened to it on my way to work yesterday. He had, I don't know, I forgot I listened to 2 or 3 of his songs. Has a $sign for his S, right? Just like Currency. Yeah, I listened to 2 or 3 of his songs on the way to work. Not bad. Not bad. KRSNA. Shout out everyone watching from India, by the way, one time. -4 could possibly pay off if you captain Ings. No, don't. You can't tell me to take -4s because I'm so easily persuaded to do so. -4s to me are almost better than Rihanna's music, man. I love it. It could pay off. I just don't want to captain Ings. I don't want to go away from KDB. That's my biggest thing. So I'm going to stick with KDB, but now that you planted it in my head like Inception, I'm probably going to wake up tomorrow morning and do it right before the deadline. Yeah, you can send over your final draft for sure. I'm on Twitter. The Don FPL, I think, is what my Twitter handle is. I still have that surfboard, and by the way, I probably have to change my logo, probably, huh? Has nothing to do with soccer. I just thought it was dope, so I put it up. But yeah, send it to the Don FPL, and I'll do my best. I'll try to retweet it for other people to look at too. Camera died. I also need to get a new camera that doesn't turn off every 15 minutes. Yeah. Mr. Enigma, I do like what you're saying there, man. American accent. I hate to say it, but I try to go a little too over the top with my American accent, especially once people found out that I live in California. I try to do too much of that bro accent, and I think I was a little over the top there, but yeah, it is what it is. Finishing top 10 can't help. Yeah, I agree. That's the thing that could help my popularity of this channel. If I score more than 29 points last week, that would definitely help out my channel. But again, my channel isn't here to say that I'm a genius or anything. My channel is here just to simply have fun. Did I say channel? Channel. Is KDB worth captaining because he blanked against Leicester and Man City don't have a striker? Yeah, that's my biggest concern with KDB playing as my captain right now is not having Aguero or Gabriel Jesus playing. I don't know who's going to be sitting up top. Sterling doesn't seem to be the best. Yeah, doesn't seem to play his best as a striker. Same with Mahrez. So that is a huge concern for me. But yeah, I'll have to think about that. I want to see games. I would have to compare how KDB plays without those two guys, and then really make my captaincy choice tonight. That's a great point, Ryan. My goal, your goal, we can do it. Yeah. FPL Ibercadabra again. Shout him out one time. Check him out. Madison or Barnes? I'm going Harvey Barnes, but that's because I already had him in my squad. I think James Madison's phenomenal. Remember how he did last year at the first 16 matches? An absolute perler of a goal, by the way. But for me, I'm going Harvey Barnes, and I'll tell you why. Actually, I said I wasn't going to go to that website because I don't have. If you could just avert your eyes away from the password, I think it'll be blocked. So let me see. Yeah, okay, it's blocked. Sweet. You guys can't see me fingertips. Yeah, so I'm going with Harvey Barnes mainly because how efficient he looks from what I was watching. Let's see if I can bring it up. It's being a little slow right now on my internet. There we go. Harvey Barnes. Pull up his stats real quick. Harvey Barnes is averaging 10, 12. He's averaging 4 shots per game right now. He is 4 shots per game. Great run of fixtures. I think that he is somebody that we need to be talking about more because last season he scored 130 points in only like 2,000 minutes. If he would have gotten like around the average of 2,700 minutes, he would have scored like 180 points. At 7 mil, that is phenomenal. When I was watching the match against Man City, he was their most dangerous player. He consistently was getting forward on the counter. He provided the 2 passes to Jamie Vardy that led to the penalties. I thought that he was the most dangerous player against City. So that's why I'm going with him, but I can't knock you for going Madison. I have no complaints against that. My only worry with him is is he going to start on Saturday or Sunday, whatever he plays? He could easily do so. If I haven't read the press conferences yet, so I haven't had opportunity to see that. And my other thing is Harvey Barnes looks more dangerous. James Madison seems to be playing more of a facilitator, and I think that the goals will leak towards Harvey Barnes' route. So that's why I'm going with Harvey Barnes. Let's see what else we got. Alex Morgan is a dream. Yeah, Alex Morgan is the best dream ever. Phenomenal player too, man. She's awesome. 4 goals in that World Cup match. Woo! I looked at their stats this morning. Really favor Barnes personally, but Madison is on set pieces. Yeah, I shouldn't forget that Madison's on set pieces, so that definitely does help. But stats favor Barnes. Eye test favors Barnes, in my opinion. I'd personally pick Harvey Barnes, but it's hard for me to say either way. Have I heard Illmatic? Yeah, Illmatic's one of the greatest albums of all time, if not the greatest album of all time. To this day, New York State of Mind has to be up there with one of the greatest lyrical songs of all time. He says, I don't even know where to start, and then goes off for 4 minutes, just straight bars. Nas is phenomenal. He had, I think, Life's a Bleep. AZ did his thing in that verse. Realism, a life in actuality, forget who's the best, a person's status depends on salary. Yeah. Illmatic is one of the best albums of all time, and if you don't have it in your top 5, I respect that, but also I completely disagree. I don't have the courage to take a -4. The problem, that's because you haven't taken a -4 yet. Once you take your first -4, then the floodgates have opened and you're ready to take more. You know what I mean? See, now that I got Nas, I'm starting to rhyme more. Yeah, don't take a -4 unless you feel it's a necessity. I just love the adrenaline rush that comes from it, and I see a transfer and I go, I need to make it now. I need to get it done. Don't worry about it for next week, and that's why I take my -4s, and it's very it's caused me a lot of problems so far this season. Mass has not been playing. Alex Morgan and Rihanna, they're both awesome, man. They're both fantastic. Can't forget about, yeah, they're awesome. I completely agree, and he's still working his way back from fitness. Yeah, that's the biggest thing is Madison's still not 100%. So especially what I'm seeing in his comments, I hadn't had it. Like I said, I hadn't had a chance to read the press conferences or see him yet. But I would just go to Barnes strictly because he's 100% and the stats favor him. So no Twitter, we'll type it on here. Yeah, cool. Would you captain Ings over KDB if you had him? I would definitely consider it. I would look at it very strongly. Let me see what Ings has done this last, as far as stats wise. I'm a big Danny Ings fan. The fact that I don't have him in my squad is a little upsetting. Let's see. Not too many shots to start the season, but clinical. I think Southampton are finally starting to figure it out. The first couple game weeks, I almost felt like we were getting catfish, but last week they looked to be the Southampton we thought they would be at the beginning of the season. And I mean, look at that. Look at his upcoming fixtures: West Brom, Chelsea. Well, Chelsea aren't that good defensively. Everton, Villa, Newcastle. So against West Brom too. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know if I would captain him personally, just because of the philosophy I talked about earlier in the stream that I'm trying this season. I'm just experimenting and whatnot, but I would definitely give it a lot of thought if I had Ings this week. What's the story behind your FPL rookie mistakes video thumbnail? I don't know what my thumbnail is, to be completely honest. What was it? Let me check it out real quick. I don't remember exactly what my thumbnail was. Let's see, where's my rookie mistakes? Oh yeah. So me and my dad, that's my pops, by the way. Some say we look exactly the same. Just real quick. Me and my dad were in San Francisco to watch a Niners game, American football. And we were walking by a hot sauce store. And they had this hot sauce there that was in a safe under lock and key. Like you literally had to go to the manager. He had to come out with the key to open it up so he can show you the hot sauce. You couldn't even hold it in your hands. Its Scoville was like 6-7 million, something wild out there. Something that like when you watch Hot Ones, that final hot sauce, that's almost what it was like. And my dad said, "I dare you to do it," and that's all I needed to hear. So like you've seen with my -4s, it doesn't take me much to say yes to a dare. Me and my dad both tried it out. I ate some. And at first I was like, yeah, it's not that bad. It's hot, but it's not hot. And for the next 15 minutes, I was running around San Francisco looking for anyone to buy me some milk. I was crying. It hurt to breathe, whether through my mouth or through my nose. I was instantly crying. It was one of the most painful things I've ever done, and I've done a lot of painful things, and I would definitely do it again. There's a video out there somewhere, but maybe for a different YouTube channel. You play FIFA? Maybe we could get a group. You play FIFA, and we could get a group of FPL players to play some pro clubs down the line, maybe on stream. That would be sweet. I haven't bought the FIFA 21 yet, but that would be awesome, man. Get the FPL Donatellos on FIFA 21. That'd be sick. I'd be all in for that. FPL Ibrahim says, KDB captain. Y'all believe me? He'll be massively captain. If you have Sterling, still captain KDB. I can't argue. I can't argue against the best midfielder in the world. FIFA is a good idea. Yeah, I'd be super into that FIFA idea. Camera died. I'm in for that FIFA idea. I'm gonna look into that. Set up a group chat on Instagram and then play a tournament in FIFA. That'd be, oh yeah, I'm all in. I gotta look into that. I need to look into that, but I'd be in. Defense, TAA, Robbie, Cody, Sice, great defense. Going with the double Liverpool defense, the Doverpool. Midfield, Mane, KDB, Barnes, great. Pereira, underrate or great value. Attack, Ings Jimenez. I think you have a solid squad. My biggest concern going forward would be double Wolves defense. I don't know if they're looking at the same Wolves defense we saw after the break. So that's something I would definitely keep an eye out for. But that's the only problem I have with your squad. Pereira is a great pick. Big fan of Harvey Barnes. I think you'll have a good week this week against West Ham. Everyone's going to see how great he is, and the Harvey Barnes train will be back rolling. Xbox or PS4? I'm on Xbox right now, but the PS5's coming out, and me and my roommates have already pre-ordered that, so I'm probably going to switch to the PS. What about Zaha versus Barnes? You said you'll tell me more on Friday. Yes, I did. I've done more research, and I'm leaning more towards Harvey Barnes. Back to Inception. Harvey Barnes for me is the way to go. I still think that Zaha is a good pick, especially now that he is on penalties, it seems. But I think the stats favor Harvey Barnes. I think when I look to bring in a player, he only had 2 shots last week. He was going up against Everton, so when I look to bring in a player, I look at 2 things. And now that we're more into the season, we can really look into them. Is I like to see how the player's doing and how their squad's doing, right? So Crystal Palace look really good, but they're not as good offensively as Leicester are. And Leicester look like the second best team in the league right now. Remember last season when they were in second place till like Christmas time? They're looking about that same kind of range. And Harvey Barnes is on a great squad that just put up 4 against City, 5 against City. They're averaging 4 goals a game right now. Leicester are, and Harvey Barnes getting 4 shots off per game. I think Harvey Barnes is the way to go. No disrespect to Zaha, I still think he is a good pick. He could easily come away with a goal this weekend. But for me, I think Harvey Barnes is the way to go, and I hope that helps. Have you heard of 36 Chambers? Enter the 36 Chambers, another one of the greatest albums of all time. I'm a big Wu-Tang fan. When I was a sophomore in high school, and LimeWire just came out. Were you guys familiar with LimeWire? Did you have that? When LimeWire came out, I shouldn't say that. I'm on stream. I legally downloaded the discography. My friend, it wasn't me. My friend downloaded the whole discography for Wu-Tang, and I spent weeks listening to every single track they ever had, and Enter the 36 is phenomenal. Yeah. I think The Mystery of Chess Boxing is on that, right? Actually, I want to go into that in a little. I'll go into that later in the stream and really dissect that album, but that is a phenomenal album. Big Wu-Tang fan over here. Big, I don't know if I could rate my favorite Wu-Tang members, but I'd probably go like Ghostface Killah, Raekwon, Method Man. Nah, I can't do it. RZA, I can't do it. Phenomenal album. Can we set up a league for FPL? I do have a league. Are we talking FIFA still, or are we talking FPL? I do have a mini league going. There is a code in the description. Go ahead and follow that and join. I think it's called the Donatellos. So, but if we're talking FIFA, I'm in for both. There is a code in the description below for FPL though. I have all 3 players. I'm going KDB. There you go. Ibra Kadabra nailed his captaincy pick last week of Bruno Fernandez. He talked about it on his video, the reason why he went for it. Well thought out, well constructed, and Bruno paid off. So Ibra Kadabra, he had a top 100K finish last season. I would trust him. I thought he looked like your dad. Yeah, he is definitely 100% my dad. Everywhere I go with him, I'm walking with my twin there, man. Why not him, man? Because I feel he can score a hat trick. Oh, that's a good question for Ibra. Can we play FIFA 20 now? For now, though? I'd be down for FIFA 20. I have FIFA 20, and I'm on Xbox if you want to play. What's your name in the mini league? My name is FPL Don, and I'm off to the worst start in my FPL career, and I'm hoping that it changes this weekend, because, it has been rough. Let's see. Yeah, no worries. A KDB captain is a way for me, man. KDB... I can't argue against Salah though. I can't argue against Jimenez or Ings. I would even hear a great argument for Sterling, but for me, De Bruyne is top dog. Oh, FPL Penguin too. What's up, FPL Penguin? Another great FPL YouTuber. Check out his stuff. Posts consistently as well. FPL Penguin. Another YouTuber going with KDB. It looks like he's going to be super highly captain this week. Move it on your left. Yeah. my favorite Method Man song. Can we talk about, if we're going hip hop real quick, can we talk about Blackout real quick? Blackout and Blackout 2, two of my favorite albums of all time. Doesn't get talked about enough. And "To Rock Wild R" is one of the best songs in hip hop history. I will go to the grave saying that. "To Rock Wild R" is, I mean, lyricism, the poetry behind it, the beat, the switch off between the two, incredible. Move it on your left. With Barnes versus Zaha, I favor Barnes. Another person going with Barnes, but I keep in mind that Zaha is playing as a left forward this year alongside Ayo up top. That is true. Zaha is playing. They're going to that 4-4-2 formation, right? And Zaha is playing as an attacker. That definitely gives him a lot of favor over Barnes. So I don't want to just throw out Zaha. I still think that he is a great pick at that price at 7.2. I think that he is a good prospect to look at. But for me, I'm going Harvey Barnes. Zaha is great too. What about Lauryn Hill? Lauryn Hill is the most disrespected MC of all time. When we talk about the greatest MCs of all time, her name never gets brought up. I'm not saying she's the best, but I'm saying she needs to get talked about more. Lauryn Hill, another one of the best albums of all time that she had with Miseducated. Doesn't get talked about enough. She's phenomenal. If she ever... I don't want to say she should I would love for her to make another album because she's already done so much for me, man. So I just appreciate her for what she's done. And it's funny because when you bring up Lauryn Hill as someone who likes hip-hop, going off the argument if she doesn't get talked about enough, they'll be like, oh yeah, Lauryn Hill is good. Like, nah, Lauryn Hill is great, man. KDV for Sterling for Cap. Yeah, that's a tough one. Let's see what they did according to Fantasy Football Scout. Is it Fantasy Football Scout? I forgot what the website's called. Assistant manager. Let's see. Man City. Now, De Bruyne is, as far as stats wise, I'm going KDB, but I think Sterling is a great shout. Especially if you're looking to climb and you really want to go for differential. Look, KDB, he didn't have as much shots last week, but, I mean, that was a tough match. They're going up against Leicester. They didn't look good the second half. He's averaging, 4.5 attempted assists per game. He was still delivering high quality crosses. He's on penalties. KDB looks great. If we go to Sterling, let's see. Zoom in a little bit. Sterling's only averaging 1.5 shots per game. Not getting much off in the attempted assist department. But if you watch this cup match on Wednesday, was it? He had 8 shots, and he scored a brace. I think Sterling could be a good shot, but for me, I'm going with KDB. I think KDB is a safer pick. Sterling is, if you're feeling maverick and you're feeling incredibly brave, I could see why you would go for Sterling, but it's just too dangerous even for me, man. So I'm staying safe. I'm going with a proven asset with KDB, but still early in the season. If you want to take a risk, man, he's awesome. Sterling will bring you different. That's true. Sterling, whether he's the captain or not, he's going to get you differential points. And right now, where is he at right now? What's his percentage selection? 6% selected. So yeah, whether you captain him or not, he gets points. You're getting that differential. Great. See what I'm saying about Ibrahimovic? Dude knows his stuff. If KDB bangs, you're going to be far behind. That is also true. He's at 40% selection, and camera went off. I feel like I should take a shot for every time I have to reach over and do that. What was I talking about? Yeah, KDB's 43% selection. Probably, I would guess over half of that is going to be captaining him this week. So if you don't captain him, he gets 12 points. That might actually hurt you. So, but I don't like playing the fear game personally. But I'm going KDB personally. I think if I had to pick all the best captaincy options this week, KDB has to be the best, in my humble opinion. I'm captaining Ings. Another great shout. I think Ings looks phenomenal. He's playing against West Brom. West Brom do not look good outside of their jerseys. Ings looks incredible. Ings could easily get a brace this weekend. If he scores at all, he's getting 3 points. He could come away with 12, 13 points, and you're laughing your way to a green arrow. Not against Captain Ings at all. De La Soul is great. I haven't listened to them for a while, but if you're talking 90s hip hop, man, I love the questions today as far as the rap goes. De La Soul is, I think it's another one that they might also be not talked about enough. I think as time goes on, we remember the Wu-Tangs, we remember the Tupacs, we remember the Biggies, but those, the Lauryn Hills and the De La Souls kind of get swept under the rug and forgotten about. And now that you say that, I'm going to listen to some De La Soul today on the way to work. So that's a great shout. I haven't listened to them in way too long. Yeah, I heard Vinagre is being transferred. Oh, probably. I had Tarek Lamptey or James Justin fighting for that fourth defender spot for me. And then last second I said, hey, let me just try Vinagre out and go for it, or let me go for Vinagre. And I went for Vinagre, and it was the worst decision I could have made. I think he's going to Olympiacos, right? Or that's what the rumor is. I haven't had a chance to check things out being on the stream, but that hurts, man. Oh, I'm going to have to take a -4 now. I'm either have to make a -4 or wild card if I need to get rid of him. Actually, I could probably get a defender in for 4.9. I don't know how many defenders there are around that price. I'll probably... Let me see. Let me go back to actual FPL. If I had to get rid of Vinagre, I don't know, who do you guys suggest around that 4.9 area? Let's go 5.1 for now. Oops. 5 mil. Not enough for Mings. James Justin is going to get... Ricardo Pereira's coming back soon. Lamptey, the only problem with Lamptey is I would be going double Brighton. If I wild card, I'm bringing in Martinez in for keeper and Lamptey as my defender, so that would be the case. I could bring in one of the Leeds boys and roll with them. Yeah, it's tough. Ghoster, yeah. I'm always a fan. On a side note, I'm a big fan of listening to what other people say regarding your captaincy pick, but at the end of the day, this is your squad. You know what I mean? So if you think Sterling is a great pick, I don't want us to convince you yes or convince you no. My job is to, maybe not my job, but my goal is to give you enough information to help to add to your decision. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, you do you. Because if Sterling goes off and gets 14 points or so, and you're sitting there saying I should have captained him, I shouldn't have listened to other people, that sucks. You know what I mean? But if you captain him and he gets 2 points, at least you said, hey, I made a well thought out decision. It was the captaincy pick that I thought had the best opportunity to return. He didn't. I live with my decision. So at the end of the day, go with what you believe in and just use what you see on other YouTube channels, on Twitter, as more of a chance to help gather information. But I think Sterling is a great shout. Are you sure Barnes will play all the time? Yeah, that was a worry last season, right? That Barnes wasn't getting enough playing time. But right now, I think, let me just do this since he's being transferred out. Right now, I think that Barnes is locked in. I can't see why anyone would bench him. He looks too good right now. I know that Under's coming in, but from what I'm hearing, Under's on the right side. Under and Pereira. From what I'm hearing, of course, I'd have to do more research, but I'm hearing that they're both play on the right, and so Harvey Barnes' spot isn't so much in question. But I would add to the Zaha debate if you're looking at going for one of the two, that if Zaha is going to be nailed, he's going to play every week. If you're worried about Barnes not playing, go Zaha. But Harvey Barnes, for me, I think he is... Dude, he looks so good. Let me see. I should have read the last half of the D production. Do you watch Always Sunny? Is that why you went for the D production? They brought Fofana too. They aren't left midfielders, but still option to play. Yeah, I mean they could easily switch formation or give Barnes a rest. But for me, I think it's Barnes. I think this is Barnes' breakout year. I know it's early. It's only 3 game weeks, but from the matches I've seen, I think this is his opportunity to break out. Breakout. Grealish or Zaha? Ooh. Let me look at Grealish's upcoming schedule. I think Aston Villa have been playing great. Let me start by saying that. To start off the season. Yes, it was Sheffield and Fulham, but Grealish does have a tough schedule until game week 9. Liverpool is tough, Leicester's tough, Leeds, Southampton all right, but then Arsenal. So, I haven't done enough research on Grealish. He hasn't been in my scope, so I'm going to kind of stay away from that one for now. Let's see. I'm going to go to another website real quick and see his shots on target and stuff. Let's see. Yeah, he's fine. 3 shots per game, not bad. Getting attempted assists. He's their dude. I think Aston Villa again. I think they look pretty good. I'd probably pick. I don't know enough of. I haven't done enough research on Grealish to really comment further on that, so I'm gonna stay away from that one. But right now, I'd probably lean. Yeah, I'm gonna stay away from that one. I'm sorry. I need to do more research on that. Rakim and Eric B. I was hoping you would bring up Rakim today because I was thinking about who I think is the. Rakim is one of the best rappers of all time. Period. He was ahead of his time. Eric B was nasty as well. Rakim is phenomenal, and he's like Lauryn Hill. When you talk about some of the best rappers of all time, his name not being brought up is almost an insult to his greatness. And people even argue that his album, which album? Oh, I forgot the album name. I'm blanking on it right now. That his album was arguably better than Illmatic. Not something that I believe in, but I'll hear out the argument. Rakim and Eric B are, dude, they're goats, man. East Coast rap at its finest. I had Saliba instead of Lamptey. Wasted one free transfer. Oh, yeah, those hurt. You took a chance. It's hard because you took a chance on Saliba. Saliba sounded like he was gonna start, or at least get some good playing time at the beginning of the season. Then they gave it to Gabriel, right? That's how you say his name. And he took off, scored a goal game week 1, and it's now looking like Saliba's gonna have to wait a while for him to play. That's rough. But that's the beauty of starting a new FPL season. Is there's so many question marks, hard to nail them all. Yeah, I'm just benching him. Let me just go ahead and make that official. Nuno doesn't trust him. He's getting transferred out. He's not playing this week. If I had to guess. Yeah, I still haven't taken another hit. I'm very proud of myself. It's Friday, right? Today's Friday. Quarantine got me forgetting what days they are. Friday, and I still haven't taken a hit. So I'm going to roll with Soccer over Sheffield. I don't think that's the worst shout. If he doesn't play, then I guess there'll be another roast session for my team selection video. Yeah. The last thing I need to do is, again, listen to Rihanna or Jessie J at shout out Croydon one time on Friday night, Saturday morning, and take another -4. So I will not listen to them tonight. Size for 5 or Reece James for 5.1. Get one off. Y'all are getting a good view of my green bars real quick. I'd go Reece James. I think Seiss is still a great option. Seiss is still on a defense more likely to get a clean sheet. But Reece James, dude, he is... I don't want to say he is their offense right now, but he looks like I don't want to give him the Trent Alexander-Arnold comparison already, but he looks like he's playing the same style as Trent, to where he's getting so high up the pitch. He's always delivering in crosses. He's on corners. I'd go Reece James just because the assist potential is off the charts for him. That's true. I could just play Vinagre. If he doesn't play, then Saka comes in. That's probably the better decision, huh? Because who knows if Saka might come in for 10 minutes and then Vinagre gets a clean sheet, and I'd again be in for another roast section. Take Dallas for Vinagre. Yeah, Dallas looks good so far, huh? He is pushing really high up the pitch for that lead squad. To repay a 4-point hit on a defender, placement has to get a clean sheet. The amount of goals, that's true. There's one thing that I will not do this season. It's take a hit to bring in a defender. Unless no, because you're right. I would need a clean sheet. I would still take a 0 over bringing in another defender. So, I'll bring in an attacker. Those are fun for me. But defenders, nah. I'm with you. I agree. I can't take a -4 on a defender. Madison's spot to lose at the moment. The coach challenged him to improve finishing the season. Oh, nice. Love it when a good manager challenges his players. And we all know how great of a manager he is. Yeah, Madison's spot's going nowhere. He's going to be nailed on once he's fit. Once he gets more once he's fit, his spot's nailed. He looks so good. I think he can have another good season this year, but I'd probably still go Harvey Barnes, but Madison's still a great shout. And last season, my biggest concern with him bringing him into FPL was his finishing. He had a ton of shots, but he can never finish. He hit the post quite a bit, a little off the mark. But I mean, that shot that he had last match, if he could finish at a decent rate, then he is great. I'm gonna go back to that website real quick and see what he did last season. Let me check it real quick. Expected goals last season, 5, 7 expected assists. So he did, all right. Yeah, I like Madison. I think he's a great player. FPL, I'd still wait on him just a little bit, but let's see. Richardson, he's probably want to do it. Don't go Sice. He's been awful the last 2 games and is open to being benched. I think that was the biggest reason why I didn't go Sice off the very beginning, off my game week 1 squad. Is because I heard rumors that Sice was looking to get benched and someone else is going to take his place, maybe Marcel, I don't know how exactly you say his name. But, I mean, I haven't heard that yet. Again, I've been streaming and at work and stuff, so I haven't been able to get too much into the press conferences. But, yeah, maybe that might not be the best pick then. Something to look into more for going Sice. Saw his penalties and plays up front. Yeah, I think it's funny. I think there's so many good £7 million midfielders right now. You have Barnes, James Rodriguez is like 7-7 now, so but I'll still count him. Barnes, Zaha. You have James Madison. You have Jack Grealish. There are so many good £7 million midfielders. You can get a few of them on your squad, and you can make a great option for bringing in Zaha. Like you said, Michael just said he's on penalties and he's playing as a striker right now. He's a great pick. If I would have had more money after game week 2, I would have brought him in. I didn't have enough money. I went for Harvey Barnes. I'm not upset with the call. I still like Harvey Barnes, but that's my opinion. Mahrez versus Barnes. Mahrez isn't nailed on enough for me to have him in my squad. If Mahrez got consistent playing time, he would be the ultimate pick in fantasy. He's only like 8.4 right now, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, only like 8.4. And this dude shoots anything. Do you see that shot he had last week with that right foot? Put it top bins off the first time volley. Oh, disgusting. I don't know if he could do that. He's world class in my opinion, but he just doesn't get enough playing time. So I'd probably go Barnes and save that 1.4. But if Mahrez got more playing time, I'd highly consider putting him in my squad. But I'd go Harvey Barnes. I'd probably go Pulisic before I went Mahrez, strictly because of being an American one, but that and the fact that Pulisic will be nailed. Mahrez not being nailed hurts. Have I heard the Chronic? Yeah, that is definitely where I grew up. I don't know if there's a single person in I don't know if there's a single person where I live that hasn't heard the Chronic or like Doggy Style or 2001. I mean, I grew up pretty much South Long Beach. Played a lot of football in Long Beach, so the Chronic is something that it's our theme song. You can't go anywhere without hearing it. To this day, you can go, dude. You could go. I've been to normal parties that play the Chronic, and I've been to like the super religious parties, to where like this girl I liked was like, "Hey, come over." It was a super religious party, and then they play Still Dre, and everyone's rapping to that. You know what I mean? You can't escape Dr. Dre in Long Beach. It's initiation is listening to Dre. By the time you're 10 years old, you already know the songs. Yeah, the Chronic is phenomenal. Saka isn't even sure to start. Yeah, Saka was another mistake I made at the beginning of the season. I thought he would get more playing time. Saka's. Yeah, the funny thing is, Saka and Vinagre have been on my squad for the whole season, and they've been my biggest need to transfer out. But for some reason, I haven't transferred them out. I don't think I've been thinking clearly. So they are clearly, or Saka and Vinagre are out of my squad next week. It might mean that I have to keep Werner for another week. It may mean that I need a wild card. But Saka is off my squad as soon as I have the option to do so. But yeah, the Chronic. Yeah, you can't escape listening to that. Everywhere you go, no matter what, the Chronic will be played. Yeah, I'll switch it right now. You're right. Vinagre is the way to go. Save my squad. Yeah, against Fulham. If he doesn't start, he won't come in. I can't see him getting playing time, or I can't see him coming off the bench. If he starts, great opportunity for a clean sheet. And Saka, he might come in and get 5 minutes for all I know, and that would suck. Let's see. Sun out for Willian and Mahrez. If you would have asked me earlier in the week, I thought Sun would be out for a long time, or for a few game weeks, so I would say, yeah, switch him out. Right now, I might even say keep him, but if you're looking to get him out, Willian's probably more nailed at the moment, but I could even see Pepe coming in and having Willian bench right now. Willian doesn't look that great. If I go back to the site, let's go to Arsenal real quick, see what his stats are. I know he had a great game week 1, had 3 assists game week 1. My computer fan be loud right now. He hasn't had a shot in 2 game weeks. Yeah, he played Liverpool last week, so it's hard for me to give him the nod. But if it were me and I was trying to choose between Willian and Mahrez, I'd probably roll the dice and go Mahrez. But I would even, if I were you, I would highly consider looking at Pulisic or saving a transfer and bringing in Pulisic. He is ready to go now. Now, he might come off the bench and only play like 20 minutes this weekend. But you have an international break after that. He's going to come back, and he's 8.3. That's got to be the biggest bargain in FPL. Maybe not the biggest bargain in FPL. That might be super biased right now, but I would highly consider even looking at Pulisic as an option to bring in. But if I had to pick between those options you had, if I was to transfer out Son, I'd probably go Mahrez, but that's my opinion. Because Willian did not look that good this week. Let's see. Man City. Go to Mahrez real quick. Mahrez had 3 shots, 3 attempted assists last week. And he's got Leeds, Arsenal, West Ham, Sheffield. I'd probably go. And let's not forget that I should have brought the schedule for Arsenal. Arsenal, their schedule coming up is tough. They have Sheffield, all right, then City, Leicester, United, Villa, who is underrated. So they have a tough few game weeks here. I might hold off on bringing in Arsenal. Camera went off. Ain't nothing but a G thing, baby. Phenomenal song. But that would be my option. I'd probably go Mahrez, but that's just me. James looking like Marcelo. Oh, I don't know, man. It's hard for me to. I agree, but it's so hard for me to compare anyone to Marcelo, because Marcelo, as a Barcelona fan, as you can see here, I am a huge Marcelo fan. which is crazy to think, being a Barcelona guy. But Marcelo is one of my favorite left backs I've ever seen play the game. Man, he is nice. But I do agree, he's amazing in attack. Defense, Chelsea do lack, and Marcelo did have the help of having Sergio Ramos behind him. So, I hear you out. I like Reece James a lot. My biggest concern with Reece James going in was playing time, and right now it's looking like it's his spot. I don't know if anyone's. I don't know. I know they have Azpilicueta back there, but I've heard rumors they could put him at center half or center back. So, Reece James is a great shout. I like him a lot. I did bring in Jimenez. Yeah, I brought in Jimenez for Martial this week. I don't want to call it a rage transfer because it was something I was already planning. It was just who was it going to be, Werner or Martial. But I made that Jimenez move before he scored against himself. So I definitely pulled the trigger super early. But, I mean, he's got Fulham at home. I might have gone Danny Ings if I would have waited it out. But I brought in Jimenez for Martial. Saved me 0.5. Martial does not look that good right now. If he scores a goal this weekend, I'll be happy for him. And it'll just be how my FPL season is going. But Saka out for Susek. Yeah. I'm thinking about going Podence is my thought right now. In bringing in Saka coming out. I might bring in Podence, or I could bring in... That would cost me like 0.2, I think, and I would still have 0.3 in the bank. And I could upgrade Vinagre to Tarek Lamptey. So that's where I'm thinking at right now. If I took a -4, I'd go Saka to Podence, Vinagre to Tarek Lamptey, and that would give me some good bench depth as well. The only problem with triple wolves, no, it wouldn't be triple wolves. I'd be getting one out. It'd be double wolves still. So yeah, that'd be my -4 move if I was to take one next week, which you know what I mean. But I don't think I will. But we'll see. But yeah, that's what I've been thinking. I'd bring out Saka, bring out Vinagre, bring in Podence and Tarek Lamptey. Dunn from Burley is a steal. Yeah, Dunn. He's 4 million, right? I think that's what he is. Let me check. A lot of people are talking about him right now, especially because. Hold on, let me see. He's getting minutes every week, man. He's still 4 million in price. A lot of people are talking about him right now. He could be a great one to pick. I haven't done enough research on Burnley myself, but from what I'm hearing, yeah, Ben Mee is out. Mee might, but Tarkowski. That's the reason why, right? Because Tarkowski wants out. He's holding out for a transfer. So if he doesn't get transferred, maybe Tarkowski comes back in the lineup, but. We'll see. Dunn is a great option. If I would need to do more research on that personally, but that's a great shout. Today's press conference said Son might even start this weekend. He should definitely be back after internationals. Yeah, I agree. The Son looked like he was going to be out for weeks, and now it looks like he's going to be back on Saturday. I don't know if he'll start. He might start for all I know. Maybe it was just Jose playing or Jose. Is it Jose, right? That's what he said in All or Nothing. He might get some. He might just be playing a mind game and saying Son's out for tactical purposes, and he could be starting this week, and I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, I would hold on to Son if you had enough bench for sure. But even then, I probably would hold on to him if you like him a lot, because he could easily be back not this game week, but the next game week at least. Do I think Arnie has a... Do I think... Arnold Schwarzenegger? If you're the governor of California and you haven't listened to The Chronic, then you cannot be my governor. So I think he is for sure listening, especially because he's been in gyms all the time. That dude was swole back in his heyday. I can't see him being in any gym in California and not hearing at least 4 or 5 songs from The Chronic. I'm sure he had it bumping in Sacramento when he got elected. 4.5, yeah, by the way, Arnold Schwarzenegger was the governor of my state. Say what you want, but, yep, Brewster now officially at Sheffield will most likely get first team instantly. Yeah, what's his selection right now? 5% selection. He'll go up in price. Normally, like I was saying earlier in the stream, I thought that he was going to, when he got to Sheffield, I thought that it was going to take him some time. Then he'd have to earn a spot. But they paid like 25, 30 million for him, something like that. And Sheffield have yet to score a goal. So I can't see why they wouldn't give him the green light. In fact, Lundstrom was on their penalty and missed their penalty. I don't want to say that. Brewster has a great shot. Would Brewster be on penalties? Anyone know? Because I know Lundstrom missed his opportunity. Yeah, I don't know. But Brewster at 4.5, great option. Willian is rotation risk with Pepe and Saka. Yeah, that's my word with Willian as well. Mahrez is rotation risk as well, going back to the earlier comment. But Mahrez is electric when he plays. He almost makes up for when he doesn't play because he'll get an 8-10 point performance. But Willian is Willian's too much a rotation. They could bring in Pepe for more creativity. They could, like you said, you could bring in Saka. It's just tough. Willian's frustrating one for me, but that's me. Susek is so dangerous. I don't know if that was sarcastic or not, but Susek had almost had a goal 2 weekends ago and had his goal last week count as an FPL assist, right, for that Jimenez assist or for Jimenez own goal. He's only is he still 5 mil or did he go up in price? I'm not too sure. Yeah, I know. Every transfer I have involves take a hit. I know it's. I'm trying so hard to stop taking hits, but I look at my squad and I'm okay with a lot of it right now. But there are 1, 2, 3 guys that need to go. That's not even including Branthwaite, who's he's third guy on my bench. So, but yeah, the worst part about my decision at the beginning of the year was having hits planned in the future. I made my squad and said, okay, first game week I'm going to take a -4 to bring in Martial, and I forgot who the other person I brought in was. Second week I'm going to bring in a -4 to bring in De Bruyne. So I already had -4 planned, and that hurt. Because at that point, now I can't make I want De Bruyne in my team, but I couldn't transfer out Saka and Vinagre. That was a huge, huge failure in preparation on my part. But -4 is I gotta stop taking them. You're right. Me, myself, and I. Yeah. Ben, me, myself, and I. That's a good FPL name. I would like that. A nice little throwback too. Yeah, that's a good name. I should it. Nah, I like Donatello's. Dunn loses his place from now. Tarkovsky is back and played during the week. He's a trap. Yeah, that's the thing. If Tarkovsky doesn't get transferred out, I know he was looking at doing so, but dude, Tarkovsky is great, and he's gonna take a spot, but. Remember, after Sunday, it's a 2-week gap to next. Oh, that's a great point. Shout out Michael Richardson for that knowledge. Try your best to not. I'm speaking more to myself right now. Try my best to not take an early transfer because that's 2 long game weeks before the next week. So it might be. Am I lagging right now? I'm lagging in it. My Wi-Fi is struggling. No, I'm good. Try to hold off my transfer for a little bit. I like that strategy. Thoughts on Reguilón? I didn't get a chance to watch their cup match this week, so I can't really say anything. In La Liga, he was cool. When he played against Barcelona, so I don't really have enough opinion on him in the Prem or anything to really comment further. I'd have to do more research and watch more. Wasn't California bought by the U.S. from Spain? I don't know, man. That's a good question. I know that California was bought. Oh, we bought it from the history textbook. History textbooks in America are a whole different story. I think Eric Castillo could back me up on that. I think we bought it. We brought it from Mexico is what I've heard or what I've learned in history. So we bought it from Mexico in like a. Oh, camera went off. But even then, I feel like a lot of our history was a little. I don't want to get into it too much, but from what I hear, it was. Yeah, I don't want to get into it too much, but yeah, we bought California essentially. Susich may drop to 4.9. If he drops to 4.9, what a great pick. My worst decision was going away from Vardy. Yeah, you did have Vardy, huh? There were a couple It's funny. I've looked at a lot of people's drafts, and a lot of people's drafts look great as soon as fixtures were dropped, and then the more time we had to think about it, the kind of the worse our squads did in comparison to how game weeks 1 through 3 started. But Vardy, yeah, that's tough, man. Bagging a hat trick last week. Who'd you have? Who'd you bring in for Vardy? You switched him out for Werner, didn't you? Right? I think that's what you did. That if that's the case, yeah, that's rough. No, where did I live in England? When did you live in England? When you lived in England, did you eat? Oh, been on the stream for a long time. My eyes are going off. When you lived in England, did you eat pork scratchings? I've never heard of pork scratchings before, but I ate a lot of chicken and chips for £2. What's it called? Maoris? Is it Maoris? I would eat there all the time, dude. I got so fat from that. Eating 2 pounds for chicken and chips was the biggest steal of all time. And then there was one my flat was like literally on top of, I think it's called a Maury's, of that chicken and chips. And so every morning I would wake up and smell it. Every night I would smell it. Every time I go to work or come home from work, it'd be right there, and I couldn't refuse it ever. I'd always eat that, and I would always eat kebabs. And I always ate those things, man. Those were essential. But I don't know what a pork scratching is. I feel like that's something that's disgusting. What else was great in England? Shout out reggae sauce one time too, man. Also, if there's anyone here from Ghana or Nigeria, when I was living in London, I had jollof rice all the time. My best friend's mom cooked us jollof rice all the time. Oh, if I could get some jollof rice in my life again, I'd be over the moon. I would take another 29 point weekend for some jollof rice. Let's see. 100% correct on the history books here in the States. So much varies. Yeah, it does vary where you live or go to school. You know what's funny is, just going off on a tangent real quick. Growing up in America, our thoughts on World War II was World War II was happening, and then America came and we saved the world. We like the Avatar, right? That everyone, like, that whole thing was going on, and they're like, you know what? Now it's our chance. Let's go and save the world. When I lived in England, it was what took America so long, and Russia won the war. And so it was like this huge contradiction for my whole life on what I believe or what I was taught in history books. And then I actually learned what happened with Russia and why America was taking so long. So history in America is there's a lot of education things that need to change in America. So that's my opinion. That's for a different day, but or for later on in the stream when we're done talking about FPL. Great streamer, mate. You're the most fun guy to watch. Oh, man, I appreciate that, man. I'm definitely not the best FPL player as far as YouTube content creator. I just like to have fun, man. It's just a great great thing to play FPL. I love it. I appreciate that. And yeah, FPL Abracadabra, that ownership. That's the thing that I think we need to talk about when we do another video, FPL Abracadabra. I think we should talk about mistakes that we made at the beginning of the season. For me, it was looking at ownership and paying and getting too much, having people affect my decisions too much. You know what I mean? But FPL Cadabra, I would like to do another collab video with you, man. Fish and chips. I like fish and chips. There wasn't many good ones in London where I was at, but I went down to what was the city called? Was it Bournemouth? Was it Bournemouth? On the south coast. They apparently had some of the best fish and chips in the nation there, and I went down there and had some really good fish and chips there. But if you had to say, if it was decision between fish and chips and chicken and chips every time. Burna Boy. I've not heard of Burna Boy. Who's Burna Boy? Should I look him up? I'm from England. What part of England are you from, Michael? England's awesome. I want to move back there. I'm hoping I can get a job there in 4 or 5 years when I get out of school. But Yeah, that'd be sweet. Buys, yeah, yeah. To be fair, the U.S. did play a major part. We did, yeah. Russia and USA were the key contributors to ending World War II. I, that's what I'm hearing, but from, yeah, I agree. But the way that we learn it in history here in high school, it's like, I don't know. Can you back me up, Eric? If you're still on the chat, it's almost like like a movie, like when Gandalf in Two Towers, when everyone's fighting and then Gandalf comes from the top of the hill and's like, I'm never late and I'm always on time. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Two Towers, mute it right now. If you haven't watched Two Towers, by the way, you're also missing out on one of the greatest trilogies of all time. But then he comes down and ends the war, and everyone's like, yeah, Gandalf saved us. That's what we envision us being in USA. Yeah, let's do a collab. FPL Uber Cadaver, I'm down, man. I'm afraid you have to go now, but I've really enjoyed your stream. Hey, I appreciate you coming through, Enigma. I wish we could have talked about more hip-hop on the channel, but I appreciate the comments, man. Brighton has the best fish chips. Is it really? Brighton? Dang, I was so close to Brighton, too, because Bournemouth is right next to Brighton, right? Dang, great beach, too. Yeah, if I go back to England, I'll have to go back to the South Coast. Yeah. But, all right, any other questions before I guess it's kind of, let's see. Would I consider moving to England for the long haul? I can't wait to visit. I would consider living, I don't know how long the long haul would be. Maybe like 5 to 10 years I would consider doing. I liked it a lot there. I think there was still a lot that, because I was broke and so young, I wasn't able to experience. A big part of living in England too, back in the day, I don't know what's happening with all the Brexit stuff, and I don't want to get into that on my stream, but it was super cheap to travel from country to country. And I did go to a lot of countries from there, but again, I was struggling just to get enough money for rent every week. So I didn't get a chance to do as much as I want. So I would like to give like 5 years to where I can really experience everything about it. My next live stream, I'm thinking about doing it Sunday. I'm not sure. I'll probably do it Sunday again after the final match is concluded. But there may be a conflict right now with some life stuff happening. Or, I mean, not like in a bad way, but I may be busy. But I'll shoot for Sunday. I'll shoot for Sunday after the last match, but check again with my. If I do, I'll post in the morning and give you guys a few hours to know if I'm streaming or not. But that would be when I best consider. Yeah, Eric, you should visit, man. It is England is beautiful. England is awesome. But if I was to go to England, if I was to say anything to go to England, I would also say don't sleep on going to like Cornwall area, because Cornwall is phenomenal. Big fan of Cornwall. Zach could talk about World War II. Every single situation was so... Yeah. That's a crazy thing is, I wish they could just tell us what it is 100. Keep it 100 with us. But, yeah, that's history in America. That's a lot of things in America. But, again, I don't want to get into it too much about history on here. But I'm glad the same thing in Indiana is happening, the same thing in California. A lot of manipulation of history here. There's I don't want to get into it, but the more I really research, the more I'm just like, is that really what happened, man? But yeah, my next live stream will probably be Sunday. I check again on Sunday morning when the first couple matches happen, and I'll post to say if I have a scheduled stream or not. But I'm gonna try to stream again on Sunday after all the matches, so we can talk about the game week. And if I get 100 points, I'm for sure streaming. You know what I mean? Or if I get 15 points, I'm streaming. Any last questions? I gotta wrap up. I got work here in an hour. I gotta get ready for and whatnot. Any last questions you want to ask me for? FPL related? Anything related? Best chicken and chips? I don't know. Any other random questions? There's my squad. If not, if there's no other questions, I hope you all have a great game week 4. May the green arrows be in your favor. Oh, camera went off. Now I got to restart my outro, man, as I squeak again. Yeah, may you get it. Man, is that a bad omen saying hopefully you get a green arrow and then my camera turns off? I hope not. Yeah, have a good game week. I appreciate all you guys for coming out to the stream. I love doing the stream. You guys are super active, being making me be an FPL YouTube creator. I'm getting really stuttering my words right now. Is making it so fun to do, man. You guys have been awesome. Thank you for dropping by. And yeah, have a great game before. I'll stay around here for a little bit longer, see if there's any last questions, because there is a lag on my camera from the time I talk to the time y'all hear it. But let's see, yeah, if KDB goes wild, also follow me on Twitter if you want. I'm not really on there too much during the week. It's more of when the matches happen. And yeah, if KDB goes off this weekend, oh my days. If KDB gets any attacking return and Harvey Barnes scores, oh, I am for sure streaming on Sunday. My eyes might be a little dropped down. I might have a little bit too much to drink if that happens, but yeah, I'm going wild if Harvey Barnes or KDB scores. But yeah, I think that'll wrap it up for the stream. Any last questions? Any captaincy questions that while FBL Ibercadabra's here that he could answer? I am 0 for 3 on my captaincy choices right now in the season. I missed out. I captained Aubameyang. Salah got 20. I captained. Can I look at my history real quick? Can I do that? I don't know. Yeah, I missed it, but yeah, man. Thank you all for showing up. I guess I'll wrap it up here. No more further questions. I would like to say that Good Kid, Mad City is one of the best rap albums of all time. And instead of Vardy Party, it will be the Donny Party. Yeah. Donny Party is dope. Did you ever watch? Oh, what's that show called? The Wild Thornberries. Isn't the little kid in there called Donnie? That'd be dope. That guy was funny. Yeah, man. I just want to say that. Check out. Go to the point section. Okay. Yeah, I'll do that real quick before I end it. You gave me kissed. There we go. Yep, I captained Aubameyang. I guess Aubameyang wasn't the worst decision. Just Hamas. I almost went Hamas, but decided not to. This one's the one that hurt the most. That right there, if y'all can see that. That one hurt the most. Yeah, anyway, thank you all for showing up. Have a great weekend, man. Take care. Remember, FPL is for fun. Thank you all for tuning in. This has been a blast. Y'all make having this channel awesome. If you haven't seen Lord of the Rings, as I talked about earlier, you need to watch Lord of the Rings. If you're a rap fan, you haven't listened to, what did we talk about today? Lauryn Hill, The Chronic, or Eric B. and Rakim, you need to check them out. Thank you all for showing up, man. Have a blessed weekend, and may the green arrows ever be in your favor. Until next time, man, Don out. And now I gotta do the awkward thing where I gotta end the stream and I don't know how, even though I already gave my outro. Let's see. Go back to YouTube and stream. Thank y'all.